Hi everyone, it's Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com, and it is Wednesday, February 13th, 2019, here with your free live show. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our best bet's always over at SportsChatExperts.com as well as SportsChatPlace.com, Premium and Premium Plus. But we have free picks every single game, every single day at SportsChatPlace.com. Last night I did the podcast with Tony T. That podcast is now pretty much daily. We have different cappers from Sports Chat Experts on the podcast. It's called Sports Pick Info. Of course, you can always listen to it through the player on the front of the site, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much name it. You can get it out there. But it used to just be Tony and I for years, and then we started doing it more days, and then eventually I kind of just burned out. So between this live show that I do every single day, between the podcast, between, the free picks, between everything else going on with the site, there wasn't enough hours in the day anymore. So that's why we have all the other cappers on there, and I kind of like it that way anyway. Gives everybody a little bit of variety, but always, Tuesday is still my night. I might do some other nights here and there, but Tuesday's basically my day. But anyways, we do this every single day. Best bets always over at Sports Chat Experts. My wife on the whale watch, normally she's super excited about what she saw on the whale watch, but she said they saw some whales, but it didn't seem like as enthusiastic as normal. So I'm going to guess it wasn't like an A+ whale watch. I'm going to guess that maybe it was just a whale watch. But anyways, we do at least 3 free picks. Yeah, we've been pretty good on our premium picks lately. We don't want to jinx ourselves, that's for sure. Don't want to jinx it. Nothing jinxes it like saying how hot we are, right, with our premium picks. It's weird because Saturday, remember, I was like totally out of it. I had done the picks. Basically, I was under anesthesia. Plus, had eaten some painkillers along with that. But this guy's always off with his picks. Yeah, Abdallah. I'm always off with my picks. That's why That's why I'm 14-3 in my last 17 premium picks. It's like this guy is just a turd. So funny, man. No, I'm not feeling better at all today. Actually, I'm faking it. Some days you gotta fake it. I will tell you that much. It's pretty cold here. We had snow in Maui, not down by my house, but we had it up in the mountains here, up at Haleakala. I'm used to it. Boxers. All day. But anyways, we do at least 3 free picks every single day. Yeah, it's hard because some days, even when I'm not, didn't have surgery or whatever, it's like you're just not feeling well. And you have to fake it through and, smile and do the best that you can. You guys know some days I'm better at that than others, right? But one thing is that I just today I'm not feeling so hot, but, doesn't stop us from doing the show. We don't make excuses. I mean, other people, it's like, they had to do their laundry or go to the dentist. They don't do their show. It's like, for me, it's, we had surgery, and I haven't been out of the house in a week almost. Well, since last Friday when I went to the hospital to have the surgery, and we're still doing it. So the show must go on. Grabbing a pen so we can write down the picks so we can recap for the people that get here late. Anyways, let's get started with the picks already, giving everybody a chance to get here. But yeah, outside of Saturday, I think the premium picks have been pretty good. Yesterday I'll say it. We got a little bit lucky on one. We've been unlucky on a bunch of games, so I'll take one where we got lucky. Quinnipiac was down by 7 with 41 seconds left to go. Came back and tied the game. They had fouled on a 3-pointer with 1 second left to go in the game. Hit all 3 foul shots. Got it to overtime and won by 10 in overtime, and that really was a big one for us. It made it, a 4-2 night overall instead of a 3-3 night. But of course, our big one, I think, the games to me, occasionally, I'll hit a good one, we lost the Purdue game, and things like that are going to happen. And we won the Marquette game, which I thought, was a good one, which was a nice win. But to me, the ones that separate me from some of the other cappers and stuff like that. We had the Celtics over the 76ers. Loved it. I mean, I just loved it. But anyways, let's get to a free pick here. Miami taking on Clemson. We got Miami getting 3 in this one. Miami played really well last time out against North Carolina, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And, North Carolina hit a 3 at the buzzer to get the game to overtime. They had the heels dead to rights the whole game. I know they generally play North Carolina tough, but this is not a great Clemson team. That's for sure. I know the Miami, this is not a great Miami team by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of fact, since Jim Larrañaga's got there, this is probably the worst team he's ever had. But, and that's because, his best player didn't get to play this season. So no excuses, no nothing. It's, we're just handicapping the game as to what it is. But one thing that we can say is that Miami is still loaded with talent, and they're not going to lose at home to Clemson. I like Miami. The line's +3. I think we could take them on the money line if there's any value there as well. But I like the Canes here, and that'll be our first pick of today's show. Yeah, Kirk, you can look at my YouTube channel, which you're on, and there's all kinds of videos explaining the difference between the premium area and the premium picks. It's all on the front page if you just go to the front of our YouTube channel. It's all kinds of stuff. But anyways, let's get to another quick pick here. Let's go back to college basketball. We're doing college first today. Normally we do NBA first. I don't know. I just happen to have the college pick up. We're going to take Vermont. We're going to lay a bundle. I don't even see it on here on the board yet. But we have taken Vermont every single game that they've played this season. I believe we're 17-5 in those picks. I think we have a little bit of wiggle room here with the Catamounts. I think it was 24.5 is where we're at. I'm going to lay the 24.5 with Vermont only because they are the official team this season. Not every season. Every year, with Dog of the Day, we have a team that's kind of like our team. Like we had a few years ago when the Sixers were horrible, we had the Sixers. And a few years ago when the Nets were horrible, last year was the Lakers. Occasionally we have a team that's just our team. And I think, every year we have a team in hoops, right? That's kind of like our team. And I think, in baseball, it was the Oakland A's before everybody else jumped on them, right? And for this show, it's been the Vermont Catamounts. 16-5 against the number this season. We have so much wiggle room with the Catamounts. We can lay 24.5 points here. You guys know I'm more of a dog guy, but I don't care. I would lay 30 Vermont, but I think that we don't have to. It's the line opened at 30.5. It's down to 24.5 pretty much everywhere. So UNH is 0-12 on the road, 4-8 against the number on the road. They're just 3-20 this season. Vermont is 19-5. They could win by 50 in this game. This is the type of game where they could easily win by 50. And as somebody commented here, the coach might be a gambler on Vermont because they cover like no one's business. Certain teams, they win and they don't care about the cover and all that stuff. Vermont covers. I mean, the last time they didn't cover was against UMBC. They were favored by 13.5. They won by 13 in that game. That's how much they wanted to cover. The game before that that they didn't cover was against UNH. It was at UNH. The line in that one was 16.5. They won by 14. This one at 24.5 at home. At this point in the season, this looks like a bargain. We're gonna take Vermont. I should get a Vermont hat, right, and wear it on Vermont days and a shirt. If anyone lives in Vermont, maybe we'll have to look into how I can get a Vermont hat and shirt to wear on Vermont days for the rest of the season. But I'll look into it. UVM, the Catamounts. We don't have that much time left, but they will probably be in the NCAAs. Anyways, let's get to another free pick here. Of course, we do at least 3 free picks every single day. Our best bets over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com, Premium and Premium Plus. Just looking around, see what another college hoops game. So many good games tonight. It was really hard to in the premium area to just not give out picks on all of them. So many good ones. I like Oklahoma State here plus the points against Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech wins this game. I think this is one of those games where Oklahoma State leads a lot of the way, and where Texas Tech puts the hammer down defensively in the second half and pulls out the win. But I like the 6.5 points here with Oklahoma State, and that'll be our third pick of today's show. Oklahoma State, we got some inverse line movement here with just 35% of the public on Oklahoma State. Just a lot of reasons to hate Oklahoma State here, but Texas Tech just 2-4 against the number on the road. You know, this is a team that's 19-5, 3-3 straight up on the road. Oklahoma State, kind of like how Penn State has been this season, where, you know, and I fell for that trap yesterday, and boy, I was just kicking myself. I think before the game even started, I knew I was in trouble. I thought Michigan might come back during that game, that they were going to win the game, and it wasn't their night. But Penn State has been a team that they don't win a lot of games, but man, none of the games are blowouts. They're always like a basket or two, and I don't know what I was thinking, but. But anyways, and we could care less about being pleased with performances. We only care about covering. I mean, we had Louisville, so I could care less about what Duke did, about winning a game or whatever. I do not care about teams that win and lose and any of that stuff. We only care about teams that cover. And so what we do. Anyways, let's get to one more free pick on basketball, and then we'll move on college hoops, and then we'll move to the NBA. I don't know. I see. I like Arizona State here plus the 1 against Colorado. The Pac-12 is so bad, and Colorado really not a good team. 8-2 at home, 6-4 against the spread at home. Arizona State is the type of team where I could see them winning the Pac-12 tournament. You know, just the Pac-12 is so wide open this year, and I could just see them doing it. So I'm going to take Arizona State in this one. I just think they're the better team, and I think when you get the better team, especially at a cheap price, you got to take them just about every single time, and that's what we're going to do here. We'll take the Arizona State Sun Devils plus the 1. Once again, I don't think we need the 1 point. We do at least 3 free picks on this show every single day. We've done 4, and now we're going to switch over to the NBA. Of course, our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com and sportschatplace.com, Premium and Premium Plus. Of course, free picks on every single game, every single day at Sports Chat Place. If you guys want to give out your picks, talk about the games all day long, I'm involved in the discussion too. We talk about it all day long over in our Facebook group, and that is called Sports Chat Place. I'll put that link over on the YouTube page, so you guys can see how you can join our Facebook group and give out your picks, talk about the games. We do polls. We're going to be doing a lot of contests, t-shirt giveaways. So a couple things I wanted to talk about before we get to NBA. Number one, still working on the t-shirts. I've been in touch with one guy, but I did not like any of the designs that he sent me. So if any of you guys are t-shirt designers and you have an idea for a t-shirt, by all means, send it over. The closest one that I liked for the shirts that he sent over was just this logo plain on the front of a shirt. I don't love that. I think that we could do something with the logo and with the Sports Chat Place on the front of the shirt, but maybe say something else. I don't know. But, well, if you're a graphic designer, if you have an idea for a t-shirt for us, a cool one that represents our brand, I would love to see it. And we'll gladly pay you for it. But, the other thing is, I watched the golf this weekend, a little bit of it, and, Phil Mickelson won the tournament. And one thing I noticed is they don't, when the guys used to win the golf tournaments, and they used to hold up a check, like a paper check, right? And it would say, like a giant check, and it would say however much money that they won in the golf tournament. They don't do it anymore. Because it would look really stupid for Phil Mickelson, who's made over $90 million in his career, has his own plane, and, it's probably made another $400 million plus in endorsements and outings and engagements, maybe even more than that, to be holding up a check for $1.6 million to stick it to us, right? I mean, how much money do these golfers make? Paul Casey hit a putt on 18. He didn't want to play. Paul Casey didn't want to play it out on Sunday. He wanted to play it on Monday. Turns out he hit a putt on 18 for a birdie that ended up making him an extra $200,000. He came in second place and got $828,000. I mean, people are complaining about walls and government and how much this guy makes and how much this guy makes and whatever. Phil Mickelson played 4 rounds of golf and made $1.6 million. Paul Casey didn't even win the damn tournament. He got $828,000. Third place was $572,000. I think that maybe these guys could donate some of these checks, or that the PGA Tour could maybe make it a 50-50, right? Give half that money to charity and half the money to the player once they've earned like X amount, or something for the year. Just, I don't get it. It's too much. There's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Anyways, let's get to another free pick. So, I like the Cleveland Cavaliers here plus the 6.5 against the Nets. The reason why is just, you guys know I love the Nets, and I've been on the Nets forever, and, generally in the right area, I like the Nets, and we take them all the time. The problem with this one is it's almost too easy. The Cavs are so bad, and just 7-21 straight up at home, but 12-16 against the number, and the Nets 17-11 against the spread on the road. But you have to remember, most of those games that in that 17-11 number on the road, they've been a dog. This one, they're 6.5-point favorites. I think they win, but maybe by 2 or 3. 12-16 straight up on the road for the Nets. Laying 6.5 against the Cavs. I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers here, plus the 6.5. That'll be our 5th pick for today's show. Anyways, do at least 3 free picks on this show. Our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com, premium plus. Of course, free picks every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Tomorrow, I do the parlay over at Picks and Parlays on the site. So hopefully I'm in good shape to do that tonight when I shoot that video. Of course, free-for-all Fridays are now free-for-all Saturdays, and that's just because of the schedule. And, I think it's something that we'll adjust throughout the year. Baseball, season, it'll have to be a little different because there's just not that many games during that time of year that it merits doing something like that. But we'll figure it out. We always do. Let's get to another free pick here. I like the over in the Kings-Nuggets game. I just think that we're not going to see a ton of defense in this thing from either of these teams. Both these teams can score. I gave this one out on the podcast last night, and I'm going to give it out again. I like over 231 in the Kings-Nuggets game. Of course, we do at least 3 free picks on this show. Our best bet's always over at sportschatexperts.com. Joe is late. We gave out Vermont already. And, of course, we'll do that in the recap. We're laying 24.5 with the Catamounts, and we don't care. One thing, if you're watching us on YouTube Live, if you could hit the thumbs up, it's greatly appreciated. On Facebook, we've been doing some shows on the Facebook page as well as in the Facebook group this week. Today, we just went back to the page. I believe that I'm only going to do the the page broadcast on Thursdays and either Saturday or Sunday. I don't want to do Saturday because it's free-for-all Saturday, but I'll probably do it on Sundays. So maybe like Thursdays and Sundays, just twice a week on the page. The rest of the days in the group and on YouTube. Let's do another NBA pick while we're here. Take the Clippers -9 against the Suns. The Suns are stinking it up. I mean, they just stink. I mean, I'm not sure what's up with this team. It's like them and the Knicks are battling it out for the draft choice, and they're hanging right there with them. The Suns are just bad. I mean, they keep saying Zion Williamson to the Knicks, Zion Williamson to the Knicks. It's like, number one, they have to win the lottery, to do that. And, it's only 33% of the time that the worst record happens to do that. But the Suns, coming off of a lottery win, they could easily go back to back and have the twin towers of power up front, if that's the route that they decide to go. But I'll tell you, if Barrett can hit the threes like we saw him hit on Saturday for Duke, he's a nice fit for a lot of teams. Anyways, let's go one more free pick. I'll take the Pistons plus the 5 against the Celtics. The Pistons have been covering a lot of spreads. We took the Celtics last night against the Sixers. I loved them in that game, but I don't love them on the back-to-back here. I know I'm one of those people that says, well, we saw it last year in the playoffs. The reason why I gave out the Celtics yesterday as a premium pick was we saw them beat up the Sixers last year in the playoffs without Kyrie Irving. So him being out wasn't going to make any bit of a difference. In fact, the Celtics, without him, have their number. But on a back-to-back against a Pistons team that has been covering the spread, I mean, the Pistons 13-11 against the number on the road. I can see the Celtics squeaking one out here, but I think the Pistons, who have been covering the spread pretty well recently, 5-4 against the number in their last 10, I can see them covering here. We'll take the 5 points with the Pistons, and that'll be our last pick for today's show. So a quick recap for today's show. Number one, still looking for designs for the t-shirt. I have some guys that can print the t-shirts, but I haven't liked any of the designs that I've seen. You can see my shirt here is about on its last leg. I have one more of these for me, and that's it. So we need new shirts, and I think everybody wants shirts. I'd love to give those out as part of a March Madness promotion. So we're running out of time on that. So if any of you guys are designers or no designers, let's come up with a good design. And, like I said, if that's what you do professionally, we'll gladly, talk about your fee and all of that stuff as well on top of it. We don't expect everyone to work for free. But anyways, only I do that, right? We'll take, for today's show, we'll recap real quick. We took the Miami Hurricanes +3, and I also like them. I'd say we just take them on the money line with that one. I think they're going to win the game. We took Vermont -24.5. We didn't handicap the game at all. We've just taken Vermont every single game this season, and at 16-5 against the number, we've got a cushion. So we'll just continue to let it roll with the Catamounts. We took Oklahoma State +6.5 against Texas Tech. I think this is the time of year also that we see a lot of these games where teams don't win but cover, especially at home. So we'll take Oklahoma State +6.5 against Texas Tech. We took Arizona State +1 against the road. I think this is a team that can sneak in and win the Pac-12 tournament if they put it all together. We've seen them beat some good teams already this season, and they have some good players. They haven't always played up to their level, but I think when we get to this time of year. I think they will. We took the Cleveland Cavaliers plus 6.5. I think the world is going to be on the Nets in this game, and when the world is on one side, I like to be on the other. We took the over 231 in the Kings-Nuggets game. I think there's not going to be any defense at all in that one. Clippers -9 against the Suns. The Suns stink just as bad as the Knicks. I know everyone loves fading the Knicks. We all took the Cavs against them even the other night, right? But if Cavs laying points we took against the Knicks, that's how bad the Knicks are. But the Suns are equally as bad. They're equally as bad. They only have 11 wins all season. So we took the Clippers -9 and the Pistons +5 against the Celtics, who are playing on a back-to-back. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thursday is always discount code day. So we'll have that discount code for you. And, of course, we'll have plenty of free picks. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.